I've already explained this for the third time, and I just don't want to explain it again. So what do we mean by intelligible? What do we mean by something being meaningful
Yeah,
or
we
having
heard
meaning?
this.
Right. But the problem is you're sort of bringing it up over and over again. That's why I have to explain it again, right? So when something has meaning, right, it means it is about something. It has intentionality, right? Like this doesn't just exist in language, like I was explaining, right? There's no distinction between the random noises that I'm making, right? So like if you if there's a strong breeze in the air, right, and that or no, just the sound of a bell, of a church bell, right, that produces a certain pattern of waves in the air,
Yeah, we
right?
don't disagree on this part that intentional things have meaning, right? We're just disagreeing on where
How is
we
it okay?
derive the
So how
meaning
is it that
from.
I can
So
I
if
can
we
derive
derive
meaning?
the meaning from ourselves, then that's fine by us. That's enough for us. That's sufficient.
What is sufficient? What is sufficient for what? You're not saying anything there. I don't care about what is sufficient to you. I just care about truth,
Like
right? I don't
we
give a
don't
shit about like.
we don't need a separate entity to
Well,
ascribe
I don't
meaning
care
to
about what
something
you
for
seem to
us to
be. You
perceive
seem to be.
meaning.
You seem to be suggesting that what is sufficient for you, that somehow equates to truth. I seriously don't give a
No,
crap
we're
about that, right? I just care about the truth, right? And in my everyday experience, I derive meaning from literally everything, right? There's nothing that is not meaningful to me, right? When I look at a rock, I can understand that is a rock, right? That is meaningful. That is meaning because it is apprehended by my intellect. I can
Yeah,
understand it,
that's
right?
fine. We
Even if I don't
agree.
know anything, even if I don't understand anything about rocks, right? Even if I'm just like a sort of 5-year-old and I'm looking at the rock, I can understand the 5-year-old, even 5-year-olds can apprehend things, right? Can sort of understand,
We
have an
agree.
intelligible. Right. So you're not then you're not saying anything, right?
What
Like
you're saying though, you're going a step further and saying that has to be that meaning has to come from an intentional like being, which we don't agree with.
yeah, like how okay, so
We
but
we
then
say that
then
we
you
are
have
the
to make an
intentional
argument. But
being.
then you have to make an argument.
The the
How can
argument is
intentionality
this.
how can intentionality arise from non-intentionality? That doesn't, it's absurd, it's a
The
contradiction,
argument
right?
is this. We are the intentional being.
Okay,
So
like you're
we
begging
create the
the question.
meaning.
Do you understand what begging the question means?
Yeah,
look,
You're saying
I
that
know what that means.
intentionality can arise. Here's no. Here's what you're
So are
saying, right?
you.
You're saying no. You're contradicting yourself because you're saying that the universe, which is non-intentional, gave rise to intentionality. You're going back to the same stupid
How is that a
moronic argument, right?
contradiction? You still have to prove that that's a
Holy
contradiction.
fuck, dude. It's like I'm dealing with
yeah, that's my
complete inbred morons, man. Like I'm saying that the contradiction
Yeah,
is that
great.
in
You're getting triggered
unintentional
and
states,
ad homing at us, but it really is not
yeah.
right.
unintentionality
Now
cannot
I'm bored with
give
you.
Again,
rise
it's
to
just the fallacy of composition, right?
But how is it the fallacy of composition to say that something cannot come from nothing? That's retarded.
No one's talking about
No,
something
that
from
some of the
nothing. You
property
keep
can't.
trying
You're
to drag.
saying that intention. Okay, no, like
Okay.
okay,
Intentionality
so
coming
Jesus
from
Christ, man, like it's almost like I've been through this example over and over again. So do you
you
want
keep
seriously
going
want
back
me
to
to go
So
something
you're
back
from
to?
nothing. Nobody's
very
saying that.
flight.
Nobody's saying that. You have to
Yeah, no,
understand
you
that
Yeah,
guys
you
are.
do.
nobody's
You guys
saying
are because
something
when
from
you say
nothing.
that in unintelligible unintelligible states of affairs, unintentional states of affairs can give rise to intelligible states of affairs, even if that quote unquote intentional states of affairs is you, is your being, is yourself, right? That's retarded. That's a contradiction. That's what I've been.
Okay,
Something
let's go back a step.
intelligible can come from something unintentional.
Yes.
Something from something.
Right.
Something intelligible can come from something that's unintentional.
How is that something
You haven't
from
shown
nothing?
that that's a contradiction. You've
Yeah,
had
but you're
like an hour to show a
presupposing,
contradiction.
dude,
You
are you
don't have.
stupid? You're presupposing that the intentionality already exists. Like this is like this is like literally going over your head, dude.
I have
Sarcastic
pizza that's
laughter
way.
is not an argument.
Well, if anyone can ever get
This
him to
is like
produce
pretty
the contradiction.
standard stuff, man. All I'm saying is that it's a contradiction to say that unintentionality cannot give rise to intentionality. And when you say that something intentional can derive from something unintentional, that's also a contradiction because you're presupposing intentionality, right? So you're just like, dude, just
Intelligible can derive from something unintentional.
Room set up.
you're
Where's the
you're presuppose you're begging the question. Do you understand what that means? You're
Begging
begging.
the question is not a contradiction. Where's the?
You're okay. Look, you're first of all, it is a
You
contradiction.
don't have a contradiction. Do you? Do you understand?
Holy-
You don't know. You don't apparently seem to understand the.
Okay, I'm gonna end this conversation because you guys are talking past each other for the last like half an hour. Can we move on to another topic, please?